Hey everybody, welcome back here to the BTS Pro Series. My name is rkryptic, of course, here with neph. We're going to our second series of the day. It is Wildcard versus Hokori. Should be a very exciting game. We've talked to both of these teams already after some of their matches, and then they have both expressed pretty much the same opinion, right, neph? That these are
That the other team is bad and that they are going to come out on top here in the Pro Series.
that is a lie. That is just
All right, they didn't say that.
gaslighting. Okay. Basically, what we've heard from both these teams is that they have a lot of respect for each other. Hokori and Wildcard have both said that they think the other team is incredibly strong, that they could be the strongest team in the tournament, but that they were excited to play each other nonetheless. And we finally get it here today, which should be a very nice treat.
It should. It might have been what I said as well, but I
Could
tend to
be. You
misremember
never.
certain events.
Yeah.
This should be great. Wildcard is playing two back-to-back series, so for this one they will be the most well rested for of two of them. The other one you could argue that they've had a little bit of a nice warm up. So excited to see what these two teams bring to the table. I don't know if we got a draft open so far
We
or
do.
already.
Yeah.
All right,
Draft is
very
there.
cool.
8 picks
Yeah.
in, though, for those of you who are wondering if this is in fact actually happening. Yes, we are 8
They
picks
can
in the
count,
draft.
Ricky.
Yeah. Can't. I mean, some people, man. I don't know. You're assuming.
By the way, there's 9 on Hokori. Ogre Magic count is 2. But they actually managed to get both the Storm Spirit and the Medusa as openings on the side of Wildcard, which is kind of unheard of. Absolutely insane that they get away with these two heroes, like two of the highest win rates right now in the current patch. My only question is if they allowed them to do this because they know how to play against them super well on Hokori. What do you think?
So I actually saw another team do this exact same opener of just like Medusa Storm Spirit. That means we're seeing a support Mars. Because there's no way this is an offlane Mars. Like, you just picked an Underlord to just demolish this Phantom Lancer. So this is a 5-position Mars being played by Sam.
Maybe.
I don't know if I've seen Sammy play Mars before. I'm a little bit worried.
It also could be in position 5 Shadow Shaman, in position 4 Mars.
Could be. But then, why?
I don't know. They can do a lot of things. Again, we've seen them do some wild stuff. They've run a position 5 DK before.
That's true.
Kind of weird they end up going for this when I guess they banned out the Bane themselves. They're a little bit concerned, but it makes sense that they want to get rid of the Bane if they plan on taking the Storm Spirit and the Medusa as their openers. So Wildcard, unusual draft, but they do have some strong opening picks, and it's kind of put them in an awkward position because of it. They last picked the Invoker. Yeah. Super good hero this game. Obviously plays well against Storm Spirit in the mid lane, just being able to throw those EMP tornadoes off of him. Make sure that he's completely out of mana. Shuts down his farming and his ability to rotate to other lanes in the early game. But that's the issue. Like, it doesn't matter what the Storm Spirit's net worth is. He just builds null talismans. Like, he's always going to have enough money for several of these things. If you don't close out the game before 25 minutes, then it becomes too difficult to close out the game at all. So I'm concerned about Hokori if this one ends up going late, and it very well could. You were right, by the way. It is Sam going to be playing the position 5 Mars. The question is if this 5 Mars is a little bit too weird. It makes up for the fact that they have such a strong 1 and 2 on their side in the form of Storm Spirit and Medusa.
I would say the 5 Mars isn't actually that weird because it is really good against several of the heroes on Hokori's draft. Like, Dragon Knight hates dealing with Mars just because he wants to be able to, blink Dragon Tail and then kind of use his mobility to try and play around the fights with Dragon Form. And it also is one of those heroes that is one of the heavy counters to the Medusa. So you kind of just remove that from the pool by just picking it up as a support, right? Because you just drop the arena, you just kind of play on the edge of the arena, and the Medusa, even with BKB, can't really deal damage until that arena expires. So it is like a little bit of a deny pick, but generally brings a lot of good team fight damage, even from the support position.
Yeah. Corey going into this with Garlic going 15 and 5 in his last 20 games. Man's going beast mode.
He's good, man.
Tips come out to buy Llama to you. I'm excited for this, but this is one of it's definitely going to be one of the more hype matches here in the Pro Series, at least in the group stage, up until we get to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So they're starting 3 heroes, rotating 4 heroes through the jungle here on Wildcard. Gonna wait on top of this hill. I've been seeing a couple people walk up this hill with absolutely no fear lately. So it's possible that El Misho or Vitali try to do that themselves and they get punished for it. They gotta stand closer to the hill though. Get over there, one of you. Come on. Dude, Vitali's gonna walk up here in a second. He's gonna be unpunished. They're pinging his stuff out.
They're baiting him. They want them to come deep into the high ground here. Okay, Sam may have been regretting this. He's probably gonna go with God's Rebuke one. I don't think you go Spear in this hero level 1.
Ooh, they missed the bushwhack.
He does go God's Rebuke. It's gonna do no damage because they split it off, but Vitali now in a really bad spot as he just overextends, and that is what I'm talking about, the bait. Sam knew that they would chase him.
Dude, they all split there in Wildcard and went and hit behind the trees, and then like jumped out on them like in a back alley. Yeah, El Misho's now too far forward. She doesn't have the movement speed in order to get away from this one, and
ranged Treant Protector gets the kill.
Yeah. Stuck to the Fairy Fire as well. This man was doing 78 damage per right click. Is insane. Medusa? Dude, he's getting run down by Guard. Guard is getting the slaps here, just clubbing the snake.
That looks like a Jakiro to me, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how come it's got melee attacks then? Dude, you have like 2 jokes that you use.
This is a Jakiro, dude. Actually, Jakiro.
Get a personality, I beg you.
Says the guy whose career is gaslighting the other team.
Who said you could stroll in?
Yeah, it's very funny.
I will be making the Jakiro joke many more times throughout this tournament and probably this game alone. So you're welcome, everybody.
All right.
As long as that set exists in Dota, I will be making that joke.
He's petitioning to have it removed in the only way he knows how. Sarcastic comments. Okay. There is potential for action in all these lanes, but I do want a chance to talk about the ward games and whatnot that both these teams have played. Usually against the Storm Spirit, especially with the Invoker, you see them place a sentry ward over on the small camp, so he's not able to retreat and dodge out the EMPs. They didn't manage to get this one off this game, so I imagine we're going to see a lot of small camp farming here from Storm Spirit from pretty early on. Usually about level 4, the Storm will start doing that, but we might see it as early as level 3. Just because it is that much of a pain in the ass trying to lane against Analog on this hero. He's doing well for CS for now, but he's already run out of mana.
This top lane is going to be a disaster, by the way, for the side of Hokori. Like, I actually don't know how they do anything to this Underlord. Divine Llama, we've talked about how he feels like he's been one of the MVPs like in the tournament so far. But he is just going to free farm these lanes. Okay, we're caster cursing the instant that I start talking about this high as he gets the entire lane denied on his face.
Yeah. Sammy now cut out of position. Might just go down here. No bushwhack available. It does have an acorn shot. Doesn't end up committing it because he realized Doc can be able to finish him off. And he heals himself back up with the south. Neither team making a rotation for the 2-minute water runes. Just too much pressure coming out from the lane supports on both sides. Esk is, dude, Analog just like matching Esk's movement when he's trying to like walk towards a water rune. This is super annoying for him to leave right now.
Yeah, he just needs to shove the lane, and he actually pulls the creep wave into his tower there to do so he can guarantee he gets the water rune. It's exactly what you do against the Invoker. The Invoker has no wave clear.
Dude, he's mad. You watching this? He's just matching. All right, he finally.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, the thing is, he can't take the creep wave like that. Eventually, he's going to be forced to pull it under his tower. And so that was a smart play by Esk. Like, I've played this matchup a few times.
Top lane?
You don't really have a choice. Yeah, Alex. Nice shackle there onto the PL, but they're dealing a lot of damage onto the Shadow Shaman. They turn around. Gardick's the first one to go down, actually. Now trying to clean up the kill here onto Yuma, but Alex, he's just going to walk away.
Yep. Too much damage right now on the Underlord, especially after getting that kill. Gets a bonus with 35 damage from that one. So,
dude, this is the worst thing that can happen when Underlord gets a kill in your lane, because now he just denies everything in your face. Yuma's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
Oh, doppelganger at the last second. Very nice.
Yeah. Yuma's got some schmoves as well. Yeah. Gonna walk back into the lane. They have no regen for him, so he's just going to get out CS'd. Like, he sits at this 1400 gold for the next couple of minutes here. He's collecting passive income, and that is it.
That is rough.
Yeah. All right. Bottom lane, they're doing a little bit better. Ladies pushed pretty far in, though. So I don't believe they're under too much threat on the side of Hokori. Sam is sitting pretty low, but he's just getting zoned out. Not too much action happening there. Esk level 5, push back under his own tower, but yeah, actually not able to see us, dude. Man, this is so annoying. Is he gonna?
Nah, EMP doesn't do any damage. He had no mana already.
Yeah, that's why he dropped that rim at the moment that he came down. It does, of course, do damage based on the amount of mana that you burn with that one, and Invoker gets that much back as well, or 50% of that mana back.
50%, yeah.
He walks all the way back to base. It's kind of unfortunate being forced to do this on Storm before you hit level 6. Usually, you hit 6, look for like a quick kill that you can find, and then TP to whatever lane. He's probably just going to TP back mid, and then go into the jungle at this point. Like, Analog has been super annoying to play against here. But yeah, that is exactly what he does. So the fact that he didn't get any sentry wards over by those camps is going to make Stormfield's game a little bit easier, but you are dominating this mid lane matchup here on the Invoker.
I mean, the lanes look really good, honestly, for Wildcard right now.
They're exaggerating slightly.
Hokori?
Yves?
Gonna dive
Look
bottom
at you
lane
exaggerate.
Here? What are you talking about? He's
All right,
got
never
10
mind.
wand
Yves
charges.
is so fine. Yeah, this guy has never been more healthy in his life. The lanes look so fine for Wildcard right now.
Okay, he actually misses the Serpent there. Bushwhack off the mark too. Dragon Tail in 1. They're gonna go ahead and TP down here on the Shaman. The Tornado, though, from Analog will be able to finish this off. And now Alex stuck underneath the tower as well. Gotta be careful. Pops that stick. Does have that Shackle once again, but no way to use it. Double kill for Analog. Is now going to turn... Oh, Shackle under the tower. Is it enough? No, the Dragon Tail to interrupt. He's able to get rid of the tower aggro as well. They fort for the moment. Can they actually get any return kills? It's not going to happen. Just the Hoodwink to fall. Beautiful rotation there from Analog.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's just no ability to punish. Divine Llama sitting at almost no HP. The Storm Spirit not able to rotate down there either, as he just walked all the way back to base. And his TP was on cooldown after TPing over to the mid lane.
Look at this creep wave pushing Vitaly right now. He's going to get so much experience from this.
Yeah. He will very likely hit his level 6 off, as long as El Misha doesn't eat too much of it. And El Misha just sticking around, man. Alright, but yeah, there's no punish, unfortunately. And yes, yeah, Tornado's off the mark. He could try to punish Analog for that and go in on him. Again, he's got the Arcane Rune. But I think they've got TPs available. No, don't have a TP on El Misha. But I guess going for the Invoker, he's got 1,000 HP under his own tower, is kind of hard. Top lane.
PL has a lot of damage. He does have a doppelganger out of it, of course, but this is what I was saying. Like this last pick, Underlord is so good because it just crushes the PL lane so hard. And PL can't really farm jungle. This is not a hero that recovers in jungle anymore.
No. I mean, he plays a little bit faster than he used to because he gets a Diffusal Blade quicker than ever, but I don't know, he also wants a couple of items before he fights the enemies. He's in such a weird place right now.
I'd really like to... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, the Diffusal Blade mana burn is like less than it's ever been before, as well, only 8 mana per illusion, and it kind of sucks. That's all I was going to say.
Dude, the Divine Llama, I'm curious if he's going to go for like the Giga Chad right-clicking Underlord build. Like, he's got an Atos queued up, but after that, I just want to see like BKB, like Assault Kuros. You know, I just want to see him just run at people.
I don't know about that one, but not when you have a Medusa on your team. You are not going to be the right clicker.
You just go the the BKB AC basher, man. Just do what we saw yesterday. Go for it. What are they gonna do?
You are an unhinged caster, Ricky. There's what you want, and then there's reality. They're two very different things.
I went Maelstrom first item on Underlord recently, actually.
Yeah, and I imagine you lost the game.
I owned that game, actually.
Please don't listen to him, people. El Misho getting chased down in the jungle.
Everyone's a slave to the meta. I'm out here redefining it. Oh, Sam with a spear. I mean, he's definitely just dead, but...
Is he though? Is he though, or is this the best play? Nope, he's dead.
As he just gets punted in the face by a demigod. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ask Lucky to invade the triangle. Pops the regen rune. Doesn't connect with anything, and of course he's scouted out by this observer ward. I believe he's going to realize that this one is here now. And moves into his own triangle. Farm this one up. Oof. Sammy's game shut down. Just the EMP coming. This is so annoying to play against. I hate Invoker players.
Wow, do you hate
They get
me?
some sort of sick pleasure. Yes, I hate you. You get some sort of sick pleasure from by throwing out EMPs and draining other people's mana. Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. You just don't get to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what do you mean? It's so much fun.
Great
Of course I
mechanic,
enjoy it. It's like...
I bet you enjoy Astral Imprisonment as well. That is the worst ability ever thought
Also
of.
Nightmare, you know, all these different abilities that just refuse to let people play the game. Big anti-gamer here. Top lane, going for the dive here onto Gardic, the Violama. There's a lot of damage under this Firestorm, but he's stuck underneath the tower. Nice shackles, analog with the rotation in. It's gonna get heavily punished. He's dead. Kill goes the way of Gardic.
Yep.
Tornado does catch Alex as well into the Dragon Tail. And
he's gonna get punished for this on Gardic. Wait, no, Esk just TP's out. He doesn't want to go in, despite the fact they use their stuns.
he's life draining. He's life draining.
Okay, he went for the haste rune instead. Still doesn't have vision on the Ogre Magi, so Gardic's gonna survive this one. But yeah, that ward that was scattered out earlier, Sam gets the D ward off onto. Nice find there. While this is happening, this is space though for Yves.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man has him right where he wants him right now.
He's not looking too hot on the net worth chart. Dragon Knight's actually first, which is typically what we see when it's the DK versus the Medusa lane. Like there's literally nothing you can do to zone the Dragon Knight out. He's like one of the few off lane heroes that just doesn't care about your Mystic Snake.
Yeah, he has both dragon armor and plot armor on his side.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a little bit of Dota 2 anime humor for you right there.
I like it.
Thank you. So trying to set up on analog here in the mid lane. You can see them smoked up, but he's playing on the opposite side. Very cautious.
They're just going to ward drop mid here.
Yeah, they're going to walk around the back wards. Inside the trees as well, so it can catch out any potential TP in.
Sam no longer has mana. He did his best, though.
He digs up a bounty rune. That's just as good as having
this
mana.
Bloodlusted tower is going ham right now, and they will be able to clean up these wards, so... Fortification for the moment. The tower taking a lot of damage. Alex trying to do what he can to maybe make a rotation to finish it off, but no. But Tally's TP is going to be too much. The Violama will grab top tower, though, as a result.
Dude, this thing shoots so fast with Bloodlust. It is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I still think it's cool when abilities affect towers. Bring back more of that. Yeah, that's a thing that I like very much.
Oh. Dragon Tail doesn't really do much. They're coming in on the Underlord. Maybe. He's not. It was mostly a zoning Fiend's Gate for those. Oh, he's here. And he's gone.
He's gone.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. We like call that schmovement.
Yeah. An industry term.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Phantom Lanes are schmoving towards his Diffusal Blade, by the way. He's only, what, 35 gold off? He's almost got this one done. At that point, he's starting to be a little bit more active. This is super useful against both the Storm and the Medusa. BKB is going to counter this one out. I imagine they get early BKBs on these heroes. Storm kind of goes for that anyways after his 3 nulls. Very cool. Dubai Llama ends up going down. Not such the owner that you thought he was.
Yeah, it was like a really nice rotation there, just from the Dragon Knight and El Misho, and we'll find the Shadow Shaman as well.
Yeah. All right. Yves trying to counter this one out by shoving him. Come on, Yves, go for it. Yes! You love to see it. Look at him. Shoving in the mid lane. The Bloodlust can't even keep this thing alive, but the Fortify does. Very uncool.
Invulnerability. Unlucky. What can you do?
Yeah, it's in deny range now as well. I don't imagine they'll deny it.
So I will say the Phantom Lancer is still fairly underfarmed in terms of the cores go. Whereas like on Wildcard, it's the Storm Spirit, but I think we've talked about this hero enough. Like this hero just doesn't need farm anymore to be useful in games. Like you just build null tallies and you just are like borderline one of the strongest heroes in the game. So
yeah,
you only need like 6k net worth on this hero and you're like good to go.
Yeah, you really just need like a little bit of attack speed that you get from your treads, a couple of little talismans and magic immunity, and then you just like those are your core items that you hold the majority of the other time, and you just swap other items in and out based on what you need for any particular fight.
Yeah.
What a wild meta we live in.
They're looking to go on to Gardic here, but they instead find Analog on the backside. No Arena's going to come through, but it's going to be Alex hitting him with that shackle. The Arena does end up coming out from Sam. That's going to be 2 heroes going the way of Wildcard. Beautiful gank to the mid lanes that will also allow them to secure that mid tower. And Divine Llama hits hard now, dude. You got to run away from this guy.
Yeah, you do. They catch out to cut out El Misho with a scan there, but they don't end up connecting with anything inside the jungle. They will find these stacks, though. So I'm going to clear these ones out, deny them a little bit of gold. And a Fiend's Gate as well.
All right. Base, just
allowing Eska to TP to base, refill his mana. I mean, same sort of principle as Keep It Alive, just played in a different lane, right?
It's like Kunkka X almost, right? You're just like, whatever.
Yeah. You have the damage resistance as well. Whenever you come out of this one, so you come out back into the fight even stronger. There's no way they get away with it.
No idea that damage.
They have wards, yeah, they actually can get away with Roche. I take back what I said. Yeah.
Oh, Blink Dragon Tail, though, does catch Sam. It's going to take a lot of damage there. Bursted down thanks to the Hoodwink. Eves. Tornado's not going to connect, but Roche is falling and fast. We're going to buy back on the Mars. Some big spells already spent on Hokori. You still have that Stone Gaze, but the mana burn's going to start coming through from this PL here any moment. Dragon Tail does connect onto Divine Llama, but there's going to be the chain. The roots are coming through, holding the Dragonite in place, but a beautiful Deafening Blast there. The Stone Gaze will be able to zone them off, and again, Roshan, it's falling low and fast. S goes in, tries to get the Roche, but he dies, and it's just going to be taken by Analog instead. A disaster here for Wildcard as they get the Roche and the Aegis. Tornado onto 2. Sam coming in, trying to close the gap. Invoker, though, does have that Aegis trapped in the Pit of Malice. 2-hero God's Rebuke will take down 1. He's going to respawn into the root, but the rest of the team trying to back off. Eves has to TP out. Yuma is there, but the Fire Blast catches, and he's going to go down on the Medusa as well.
Trying to take that fight over in the jungle. It turned this into an advantage, but too slow. Corey with the very quick reaction, going for an early Roshan when the enemies are all still up in the early game. This one, you are heavily punished for this. The only one who's really putting in damage to the enemy team there was just that Underlord. Stormspirit, of course, trying to clutch at the Aegis, but the Roche kill ended up going the way of Hokori as well. They completely played them there. I do like what the Phantom Lancer did. He sent in a couple of his illusions, started clearing out as many wards as possible, or like a couple of them, and slowed down the ward's ability to just clear out that Roche there. And of course, ends up lasting long enough that they were able to turn that fight around on the side of Corey and take it for themselves. They don't get the Aegis post-fight, so you're going to be able to make too many plays off of this one, but we see Golden XP were heavily in favor of Wildcard. Now the game is even back out, and actually you see a little bit of an advantage for the side of Corey.
Yeah.
Look at the swing on this graph here.
Yeah. It's pretty good. 2,000 net worth down to 1K advantage for Hokori. The Aegis, like, getting the Roshan kill plus the Aegis was just such a huge win for them. And that's like, he fully committed to getting it, so. Top lane to Vilama. He's going to get found here by Vitali. They're scouting him out thanks to that Firestorm being used on those creeps. Sunstrike plus the Bushwhack. The Sharpshooter's there. He's just going to Dark Rift out. No way he's made it. All right. It's just that easy.
Yeah, man ran the numbers. He knew exactly how tanky he was. Does he go back in through the gate?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, yeah.
Why waste a TP?
Yeah. All right, Corrosive Breath hit him again.
I was gonna say, did you see that Corrosive Breath like hit him in base?
Absolutely.
He's like, wait a minute.
A lot of projectiles get disjointed by this sort of thing, but it's a new mechanic, so it makes sense that this joint hasn't been applied to this thing yet. I always tell people, Dota isn't very well bug tested because it's because the dedicated team is just long enough that a lot of these very obscure mechanics and niche mechanics have had time to like actually affect pro matches and then be fixed. It's a pretty old game at this point.
I mean, yeah.
If you want to find a weird bug, you look at the newest abilities that come out and how they interact with everything else.
I mean, we all saw the spring cleaning update around Rubik's Ags, right? That was you know,
it was a funny
that's like 3 years worth of bug fixes that we've seen for one hero.
No.
Which is why we have all these other bugs. They were too busy dealing with the Rubik fiasco.
Imagine adding a hero like Rubik into your game. A foolish mistake.
Yeah, big mistake.
It is such a cool hero, though. I love him so much.
Yeah, they're looking for them on the other side of this mid lane, but they don't have the vision quite yet. They're afraid to commit. Sam, he's going to get found.
clean up those forged spirits from the Invoker, but he's gonna be able to dodge because oh, they show each other. Dude, Esk, does he go into this?
Dude,
They're thinking about it.
He has BKB. He actually could.
Yeah, fighting to this tower. I mean, 5 bonus armor on the Invoker, and then getting shot down. I don't think
they're gonna TP top instead. Vitali.
Dude, this is such a long TP.
It just didn't go off as a result. Esk pops his BKB to try and survive here, but Pit of Mouse doesn't connect on anything. The real PL is not here. Oh,
they're getting so baited. There's no Pantalancer. Wildcard absolutely played.
Huge bushwhack. They're gonna go ahead and hit him with the Stone Gaze and try and just retreat now as everything is falling apart from the side of Wildcard. Sam hobbling away on no HP. Vitali stuck inside the Pit of Malice. The Firestorm isn't gonna be enough to finish him off. The Serpent Wards will do it, but Analog with a beautiful Ice Wall on the backside to zone them off, and they found the Medusa. What a bait by Yuma on this PL.
They were so convinced that they had him. I mean, even if they did, it's not worth going that far forward for. The Storm Spirit messing up on that TP ended up lasting way too long. Gets stunned up by the Bushwhack. BKB comes out afterwards, so it's already sitting at like 30% HP by the time he pops this thing, and now they're gonna look to take mid tower, get control of the map. Wildcard, it feels like they're like forcing their own misplays. It's not even that Hokori is like taking these super sick fights against them. Like, these were all happening on Wildcard's terms. They went for the Roche. They invaded the enemy team's triangle, and they had like the conscious decisions to stick around and try to take the fight, and just end up falling apart for them.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I think like part of that issue was Esk TP'd almost the same instant that the Shadow Shaman did, and Shadow Shaman was just slightly first. So he ends up getting that like super long delayed TP that you're talking about on the Storm Spirit, which is, why he ends up dying there.
Yeah. And you can see that like they didn't even bother throwing out like a tornado or anything on the Invoker, because they're like, oh yeah, he's been TPing for a while. He's about to get this off. And they're like, wait a second. This is a delayed TP. We can get him. And by God, they did. We've got a moment here to discuss the state of this game. We haven't talked too much about Yves' farm. He's got himself his Manta style. I'm not going for a Scotty this game, because again, he is playing against these heroes able to burn through his mana. The Phantom Lance with Diffusal Blade in particular. So instead, the Medusa is going for Butterfly. When she has this, things do get a little bit easier for her. As far as other things in this game goes, I believe, how close is Dragonite to his BKB? He's sitting on 1,300 gold. So he's like, what, 1,600 off at the moment? Once he's got that one done, things will get even easier for him. But you mentioned that you don't really like this, right? The fact that DKs right now, they just go Blink Dagger, Aghanim Shard, BKB, and that's kind of it for them.
No, I mean, I think it depends on your timings mostly. Like, I've seen people I've recently seen people like skipping the shard just to get like a super fast BKB even, and then just going for like carry items like AC and stuff. But the shard is just way too good, especially this game. Like, you have to have it. So
yeah, being weak clear is very good.
Yeah, you just don't have any wave clear heroes like at all. Like, it has to be the DK. You have like Invoker who can push lanes with Forged Spirits and like tornadoes and stuff, but like until PL has like Manta style, he can't like really push side lanes that easily.
Yeah. Other things in this game, I mean, Storm getting closer to his egg. There's no way he builds an Aghanim Shard this early, right? I feel like it's just not that useful up until you get yourself to level 25.
On Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you go Shard. It doesn't do anything. You know what would have been sick though?
What?
Maelstrom Underlord.
Wait, maybe the Electric Rave is good against the PL.
I mean, it is okay, but I don't think it's like you definitely need like the balance at 25, I think.
Yeah, but if all of his allies are getting the overload, everyone's doing like 100 AoE damage for 3 auto attacks.
I mean, could be good. It could be good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really going to matter once PL gets his heart and he's almost got it. But, up until then, I'd rather see... I'd rather see another Null Talisman.
I hate you.
Oh my God, what a patch we live in. This needs to be changed, please, before the major at the very least. I can't believe the teams in the Chinese regional finals are going to be subjected to this.
We're going into the mid game here, and I need to figure out what my next power item is.
Yeah, it's another null.
Is it a
talisman.
500 gold null talisman? Wow, who would have guessed?
Oh, I seriously look at this. I'm like, what item is game changing for them? Like a big enough impact, but not. It's just another null talisman. Yeah, Lincoln's is good. Okay, it'll stop Blink Dragon Tail. How about that? Is that the answer that makes you more happy?
He definitely needs Lincoln's eventually, but for right now, it's a null tally.
Looking like
100%. He doesn't have. He needs his 5th null tally after the 4th too, so it's probably gonna be null tally, then the 5th null tally. Mid lane, Dragon Tail onto Divine Llama. He just gets destroyed. Even dropped the arena for this, trying to save him. Yuma bashing his head into the wall, but Sam caught by Tornado, stuck in the ice wall.
Interrupted.
Mana burn coming through. Oh, you're right. They caught Eves as well. He's gonna be forced to Stone Gaze, but they get the Dragon Tail off, and he's doing his best to run here. The body blocks from Misho. He's got another bushwhack in a moment. It's gonna hold him down. The breathe. Yeah, they got him. He's just dead, falling so fast here on Wildcard, just picked apart as Hokori hitting a massive timing.
Yeah, and you were just short of your timing on the side of Wildcard. This butterfly on Medusa was like 900 gold off. You were like 400. Sorry, yeah, 400 gold off your BKB on the Underlord. The Storm Spirit needs his like 25 minutes before these null talismans double all their stats that they give you. Like you were close to so many things on Wildcard. And Hokori are just going to run you over. They're not giving you a chance to finish up any of these items.
Dude, Yuma completely recovered his game. It's pretty nuts. And Divine Llama has just died over and over again these past few minutes, and we're going to see that happen just once again as Alex will also join him. They have no damage to kill the PL anymore.
Yep. Just chain dying at this point. Once he had his heart done, they cannot finish him off. Like the only way they play this one out is if they split push around the map and they fall back on Storm Spirit 25-minute null talismans. But I think they're gonna walk up high ground here. They have to realize this timing is an issue on Hokori.
We're gonna go mid tier 2, it seems. Yeah.
Okay, it's safer that way. If you're able to actually take this Rax, they take a bad fight on Wildcard. You're able to take 2 sets. So get this bottom wave not really an off with how far this one is pushed in. You have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. You get as much done as you can in that time. And they get on top of Storm Spirit S. This is exactly what they need.
Yeah, never gets a chance for the BKB. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. That Observer Ward just before it expires as well, and ends up giving them vision. And here it goes. 3, 2, 1. It is now gone. But it did its job. Get the storm just before that 25-minute mark.
And the other thing too is Roche, relatively quick respawn. It's coming up in about 20 seconds if they manage to scout it out. PL does have his Manta. He bought a shard and then sold it, so he was thinking about going for it. Shard is a little bit more of a defensive item. This time, Blink Dragon Tail is going to find Sammy here on the Mars. The mana burn doing all of the work there as he's going to fall first. Nice shackle stuck inside the pit of malice, but Yuma coming in on the backside. They've also managed to hold Divine Llama in place. He's forced to BKB, TP home. He's going to make it, but Alex will not as they fall one by one here on the side of Wildcard. Storm Spirit about to respawn, but you don't have any way to deal with Yuma now on this Phantom Lancer.
You kind of do. Butterfly's now completed on the Medusa, so she's more difficult to go on now. But this PL is going to be able to. He's not going for.
They sunstriked Roche, by the way. They know it's up.
Yeah. He's not going for an MKB at all. He's going for Mage Slayer and. Sorry, Orchid, Mage Slayer, Bloodthorn instead. But yeah, this is just. Okay, it's 25 minutes now, but you're not going to have your heroes in position for this one. If this had been like a longer Roche respawn, Wildcard might have been able to build themselves up a net worth lead and get out of the base, but they're playing this so quick here on Hokori. I mean, we saw like 4 minutes ago, Wildcard make some kind of poor choice. They went back to that team fight afterwards, and it continued to slow them down, but they're losing a little bit harder than they should. A couple of misplays here this mid-early game.
Dude, Boots of Bearing. You see this?
Yeah.
On the Jakiro?
Yeah. He's got a Vlad's queued up next.
Very nice. He's just going to go the Wraith back, dude. He's going new items.
Mm-hmm. But he thinks like the best way to close his game out in the next couple of minutes, instead of working on any defensive items, things to like allow him to take fights underneath the towers and push high ground. So don't go out, go in. That's what the Wraith Pact and Boots of Bearing are going to allow them to do. Eves. This is rough.
And they're trying their best here to cut these side lanes. Sam just hiding in the trees bottom. The Storm Spirit, he's been cutting top. We've seen Underlord just Dark Rift out, or Fiend's Gate out to try and cut waves. Oh, the fort doesn't come out in time. They're going to try and punish Sam bottom, but he's able to kill the creep wave before the fort.
Yep.
Llama might be getting caught here. This is coming in on Yuma. He's going to have to BKB instantly, but he's just taking so much damage. He's just trapped.
He's stuck.
Oh,
no.
Step Underlord is stuck, man. What do you do?
Make you want broadcast right now.
Wait, what?
He's now working on his BKB after his butterfly. He can ping this one out. They clear it, but the damage is done. Wait, they hex up the Dragon Knight. They go in on him. If they get a kill, this could be big.
They got him.
In place.
But Gardic on the backside. He's just baiting. It's Yuma is the one you got to worry about. They've got one. He's going to be able to force the Stone Gaze right away. That's going to BKB. Protected for now. Yuma revealing which one is which.
Yeah, he throws the high five out. He does not care. The confidence of this man right now with the heart. He knew they didn't have damage for him. Esk, I think, doesn't realize how bad the situation was. He stuck around for a couple seconds thinking, yeah, we can fight him. But he has activated his Wraith Bands. He has 5 in his inventory here. This is the optimal Storm Spirit build. 5 Null Talismans, a Fairy's Trinket, and a BKB.
Incredible. The sad thing is this can't hold. We literally saw a team with Underlord Storm Spirit the other day do this exact thing. I think it was Hokori, actually. Hokori did this.
Yeah. Which is why Hokori knows how to play against this. They're like, okay, it's 25-minute timing. We know exactly what the Storm is capable of, and they try to do as much damage as they could pre-25. And they've actually backed up now. Looks like, I mean, you mentioned it before. Like, you need to push in all 3 lanes to be able to play against this. DK is setting up in the top. He does have Blink Dagger on cooldown for 5 seconds. Ogre Magi getting in position. You make a mistake here on Esk.
Oh, he's going to get caught, 100%.
Yeah. How much discipline does Esk have?
Not enough. It was... Oh. That's whatever. We saw that one coming. Oh, the breeze. Right, okay, fireball's there. Yeah. Wait, they found Alex instead.
The Observer Ward. Yeah. This Observer Ward is meant to scout the Storm Spirit when he goes far forward, but they get Alex with it. They've lost Sammy on the other side of the map as well. They're shoving in these 3 waves. This is the condition they need to be able to close out this game. And they've still got Aegis for another minute and 25 seconds. Storm isn't inside the base either. He's not clearing any of these waves. Esk is way too far out. What is he doing?
He's going to get one more wave top, I think, and come back.
There's no point. He needs to be back 20 seconds ago.
They're just losing tier 3 towers, mid and bottom. Yuma doing a lot of damage here on this Phantom Lancer. Yeah, here he comes. DP coming through, trying to stay on top of the real PL, but it's not easy. The dude has a heart, taking so much damage. There's going to be the Dragon Tail onto the Underlord. Sharpshooter comes through. He just gets bursted down. Phantom Lancer, he's taken a decent chunk of damage so far, but again, he still has this Aegis, another 45 seconds if they can hold off. Arena Spear will find Hoodwink here on the bottom, so a free kill for them. As S goes in, pops the BKB, turns attention on over to Gardic. They can maybe take down both supports. Defending the high ground, if they manage to do this, it's pretty impressive. Yuma, that Aegis, 30 seconds left, gets on top of Eves. The Hex comes through. They didn't know it. Invoker bought it, and Eves burned all of his mana. He is dead. Sam gonna join him. The buybacks are available. Storm Spirit trying to do what he can. Will take down Gardic. No, doesn't get the auto attack. They have to buy back on 2. Their barracks has fallen. Aegis about to be reclaimed, but they're gonna smoke up and retreat on out of here. Storm Spirit will snipe 1.
Yeah. Goes back to the base immediately afterwards, but the melee Rax is down. I think it's standard fight.
I mean, Yuma doesn't have mana. From the back. Aegis gets reclaimed. He's ready to go. He's back in, full health, full mana. Hex off from Alex, but Analog catches him with his own. They turn around. Shadow Shaman's dead, but Tali's going to join. But can they get the Underlord? The BKB come through. There's just too much damage. The Stone Gaze is there, but they don't have any more follow-up. Yuma is too strong on this Phantom Lancer. Tornado gonna find the Storm Spirit. Alex now on the run. Another buyback coming through from the Underlord, but can they even get the Phantom Lancer? Doppelganger's out, getting ready to re-engage. It's gonna be a dieback potentially here on Llama as he's trying to stand his ground. Can't do it. Triple kill for Analog's Invoker as they now go back onto the high ground, turn their attention onto these lanes of barracks.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage for this Phantom Blazer anymore. The heart is healing up too much. 88 HP regen in a second, and with how long it's taking them to put this damage in on him, he feels invincible. They don't have the AoE electric vortex. They don't have the AoE electric vortex on the Storm Tier to be able to pull all the illusions in, do the AoE damage to this guy. He just feels way too strong right now on the PL. It doesn't help that he's got this Nether Shawl either, reducing the damage coming from this Firestorm, which feels like the only thing that's actually like doing numbers here. They can get the supports, but that's about it. PL. I mean, you saw it earlier, he's just throwing the high five up, revealing which PL it is, and even if they know, they can't finish him off. Waves are pushing at the moment, so can't hit through backdoor protection. The PL doesn't do a lot of damage, but he doesn't have to. Oh no, okay. Orchid, now bought by the PL. He's starting to work on his Bloodthorn. It's going to make the Storm Spirit's game even more difficult. Yves, never the chance to come online either. Sammy's dead again. You finally have the eggs done on Storm, but your lades are all being shoved in by these super creeps.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do. He went for the Doppelganger cooldown. They're not worried about damage. The only thing that needs to happen is just to stay alive. They cast the Dragon Tail onto the Medusa. The Fire Blast to follow. She's just so dead. The GG comes out as Hokori will secure game number 1.
Yeah. Wildcard was right. This was a team for them to be afraid of. They look strong today. And regardless of the fact that you open with this Storm Spirit and Medusa, the rest of your draft is a bit too awkward. I mean, the play against things incredibly well. Storm Spirit's game ended up being pretty difficult and ended up shutting down Medusa as well, consistently diving them, not giving them a chance to build a couple of these items that they wanted, and capitalizing their own timing and shutting down Wildcard. I mean, we saw it so close to the Butterfly, so close to the BKB on both the Storm and the Underlord, and ran them down in that time. Like, they built a 6-7K net worth lead in the time just before Wildcard had these important items. Awesome job on Hokori capitalizing off of that.
Dude, this whole game feels like it turns around off that Roche fight, right? Like, there was a moment where Wildcard was definitely in the lead, and they had like
two fights, right?
It's like things were definitely going their way, but like that fight happens, Analog gets the Aegis, and like can't get punished suddenly, and S game gets borderline ruined from it. They like, I will say, Analog played an incredible Invoker this game. Like, absolutely, in my opinion, the MVP here, just dominated. But the comeback from Yuma on the PL as well is incredibly impressive. He was bottom of the charts in net worth for like the first like 20 minutes of this game, like in terms of all the cores, and just bounces back, like gets that defusal, starts fighting with his team, and they owned, man. They played super well. Just did not work for Wildcard this game. I think the 5 Mars felt a little underwhelming for me. What do you think?
Yeah, man definitely struggled on it. Didn't have nearly as big of an impact as we see when he's on Bane and things like that. But it was just those 2 fights in a row they couldn't afford to lose. They took a really good fight around the enemy team's jungle, and they lose the Roshan, and then they lost like a really extended fight up in the top lane in their own triangle. And like they went back in there twice. Divine Llama ended up dying twice. Alex ended up dying twice. So a lapse of judgment for just a little while on Wildcard, maybe a little bit tilted about what happened inside the Roche pit, and then making some bad decisions after that. I think if they can clean that up, they are capable of beating Hokori here, but Hokori come on top in game number 1.
Yeah, looking strong as ever. So we're going to go to a quick break, everyone, as we will be back with game number 2 here of Wildcard versus Hokori. This is the BTS Pro Series Season 11. We'll see you after the break.